Parks and Recreation say, you can feed the swans at Lake Yola Pond, but you can't feed the people. You can feed the pigeons at the park, but it's illegal to feed the people on city grounds because the people are known to loiter, litter, and pander to their next meal. What that means to you and I. If you're looking for compassion, look and feel down another avenue, because the frequenters of Orange Avenue got other ideas. Hearts of steel. Look into the steel eyes of real lives which need meals and walk by. Get into their rides with the peace sign grill and throw up a peace sign. Meantime, is a Vietnam vet who must decide if he's going to spend the $8 that he conjured up from walkers by on the night at the shelter or a cheap high. And his body needs neither. His bones are too used to beds of concrete and sheets of stones, and those stones, they don't even affect him the right way. You might say he lightweight immune to narcotics. His whole adult life he's been consumed by narcotics, and that won't change no time soon. See, U.S. sources won't tell you that they gave your soldiers heroin in Vietnam, because most of them was marching to certain death versus the Viet Cong, but he wonders how he got here. His career. He marched with King. He got drafted to the United States Marines to fight for a country that claims it's free, but now makes it illegal for him to feed for free in a park that even got a soldier statue. These statues make Roslyn Avenue territory for badges with attitudes. Bike cops know him by name, still calling him Rick James because he's a rock star. His feet hurt, but he hardly complains. He gladly exchanged this story for a couple cigarettes and a cup of warm coffee. I figured it was an odd request with paneer bread in plain view. I asked him to make sense of it. He laughed. He said, "That's bird food." I told him I understood, but inside I know I couldn't. His eyes reminded me that I wouldn't, unless inside I felt this useless as a man. He held out his hands, too full of bruises to accept another handout. His fingertips, they stand out in my mind. His half-smoked cigarette reminded me that for him, this is reality, and I was outside of the gate with a leper, who by asking for spare nickel and dimes is actually screaming unclean to all those who walk by because society don't accept him, but I'm no better. How many times have I taken my 6-year-old godson to the pond to feed the swans, but never tell him about the man who lives there, about the man who sits there and exchanges a story for a couple cigarettes and a cup of warm coffee because society makes it illegal for him to receive meals there. See, our problem, we look at swans and don't think that they're the same as geese. We look at pigeons and we don't understand that they are almost exactly the same as doves. And a human, no matter his condition, deserves to live with love and dignity. So if you got it, what's a few dollars out of your pocket to allow him the dignity? So if you got it, what's a few dollars out of your pockets to allow him the dignity to decide if you're going to use it on the height of the shelter or a few hours of diffusing his problems? Because even if they found him overdosed in the morning, you wasn't checking for him. You wasn't going to mourn him anyway. So give him the change and hope that he changes his life one way or another. Because ain't none of us sat here in the park from sundown to sun up and wonder what society would do next to make fun of us. And none of us have sat there and watched someone crumple up pieces of bread to feed them the birds instead of addressing our hungers. I address our hungers to live, address our hungers to have the right to even die, address our hungers to just be men. Peace.